All right, hello everyone. Welcome. Sorry for the lack of uploads lately. I've been a little sick, and I still don't feel great today. But I figure the best way to deal with something is to just deal with it, right? It's easier when it's over, and there's no way to do it but to do it, as I always say. And that is no exception today, which is going to be a poll day. Maybe I should have grabbed a Monster. Oh well. Too late now. Doesn't matter, I guess. I can dry scoop some pre and we'll just have a good time. Today is poll day. It's today's row intensive. A lot of bent over rows and single arm rows and row this and row that. It's gonna be a good time. Little fun time, I think. It's Sunday. It's beautiful weather. It's cold, don't get me wrong, but it's pretty. Like, you can see the sun is shining. It's clear skies. It's very pretty. You know, there's nothing really going on. With the weather, it's not snowy. It's not icy. Nothing in the forecast. It's not windy at all. There's like zero wind, which is pretty cool. So yeah, pretty excited about it. We are officially getting to the end of like the holiday season, I guess. The weird void maelstrom between, you know, the week of Christmas and New Year's is coming to an end. People are going to be returning to their jobs. Life is going to resume normal activity. You know, I mean, could be good, could be bad, depends on your perspective, I guess. I, for one, have a crap load of work I need to do. I got a project to turn in, I got another one starting up. I have to start doing, like, pre-construction paperwork and drafting agendas and conferences and things like that. You know, not going to be the best, not going to be the worst. Yeah, so not too much work. It's probably only going to take me a few days. But by a few days, I mean like long, non-stop at the desk doing certs and final review stuff. Oh well. Yeah. But poll day, looking forward to it. I did some cardio this morning just because I woke up early, had some coffee, had some breakfast, and I was just hanging out, and I'm like, you know what, I might as well do some cardio. It ain't gonna hurt nothing, so that's what I did. And, why not, you know, it was a good time. Pardon. So I was reading last night about, you know, European history, as I do, and reading about the East India Trading Company, which, if it were still around, at one point, it had like the second largest military in the world. It was a private company, right? Like, I guess not by the, I mean, there was probably shares and stuff, but, you know, it was like the whatever it was, 17th century, so like the idea of companies wasn't exactly the same as we think of them today, but it was a private company, but it had the second largest military in the world. It had like fleets of thousands of ships, and I think the number I saw was that at its height, adjusted for modern day inflation and currency exchange, it was worth something ridiculous, like $400 trillion or something. I mean, absolutely unfathomably large number, and insane. And that's the East India Trading Company that you see in like Pirates of the Caribbean, you know, the Disney movies and all that. They're talking about it. You'll hear about it in probably various video games or historical movies, things like that. I didn't get to finish the article I was reading, so I don't know what happened to it. Obviously, it was disilluted at some point, or perhaps absorbed or broken apart. Maybe there was some like antitrust stuff going on. But it's crazy to me how a private entity could amass such a powerful force and such essentially economic hegemony over the world. At that point, it controlled everything when you think about it. Spice trade, slave trade, which was big back then. I disagree with that as a principle, but the spice trade, the slave trade, precious metals, gems, ivory, gunpowder, all sorts of trade goods. It just was the dominant force. And if you resisted, if you said, they want to do business with you, and you said no, well, you probably aren't going to win that war. They'll blockade you or just take over your country or drown you economically, and then you don't have a choice. It's an interesting concept, because it wasn't a government, it wasn't a nation, it was just a trade company that got scary large. But other than that, I don't have too much to talk about. I'm going alone today to the gym, and we're just gonna get we're just gonna get a good pump on. I feel terrible. Oh, that cough was just, you ever cough and it just feels like your whole throat fills with blood, and you just have like a nasty, like, day-old mold taste in the back of your mouth. Maybe not, but I that's what I'm experiencing. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it, because all I gotta do, hit this lift, drink my shakes, gosh darn, and then I have 1 or 2 more meals left for the day, and they're just gonna be crap, like, for the most part. I'll have hit my protein by meal 4, which is gonna be the one after my workout. And then, so for the rest of the day, I'm just going to be slamming carbs and junk. Whatever. It's very difficult for me to hit calories right now because of how I feel. But I'm still trying. So. Ugh. There's just something stuck in my throat. Anyway. Excuse me, hiccups. Anyway. I'm just a mess. Look at me go. I'll see you guys in about 10 or 15 for, I believe we're starting with bent over rows.
Alright, so what we got going on, some bent over rows. I'm going to do an underhand grip though, and in order to maximize the use of the back and minimize the use of arms and other muscles, we are going to attempt, at the very least, to, how do I do this underhanded? Anyway, you get to have fun with me as I figure this out. But anyway, because I'm trying to recruit the most use of the back and minimize use, therefore, of like arms and stuff. So I'm trying to figure this out. It's something else. Okay. I will buy that. Now I gotta figure out how to do it on this other side here. You son of a gun. Alright, well. Anyway. We're just having fun. We're figuring it out, right? There we go. That's such a nightmare. I might not deal with that again. Alright, here we go. Alright, I'm just gonna switch to overhand. Next set, that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I'm just gonna switch to overhand on the next one. I'm using the straps anyway, it doesn't make much of a difference. Hope you enjoyed me struggling there. Goodness. Okay. Alright, yeah, so like I said, I'm gonna switch to overhand grip. It just... they're talking about the Colts game in the background. I'm not a huge football guy. I like college ball. But watching Indiana absolutely steamroll Alabama was interesting, I should say. I don't have a horse in that race. You know, I was born in Alabama. I live in Indiana. So, like, you know, one way or the other, I wouldn't have cared. But it's kind of cool to see IU, even though I went to Purdue and there's rivalry there and all that garbage. But it's cool to see an Indiana college really be getting the work in football. So, anyway. I have dropped the weight too. This is just 185, and there's a few reasons for that, but the primary one is I don't feel too great. So, alright, so I think the straps are causing more harm than good, at least for this exercise. I can switch over to, I'll use them on like the other stuff, maybe some of like the pull downs or whatever, but as for right now, I'm just gonna rip it. Lovely. Okay. Let's see what's next. Silly me. What's next is the last set here. So I only did 3. Let's do 4. That's dude. My dog's also named Dude, but that's other dude. So we're going to do this last one. And then let's see what's next. I have no idea what the count was there. I totally lost it. Alright, moving on. Okay, so we got 3 sets of 10 on single arm rows.
curls?
Yeah, just some curls, you know, pretty warming up.
Doing
some road. Yeah, some back.
That'll get you big as hell. You always do that weight?
I did it the last week, so I'm just gonna try it again, see how it goes. It's not been too bad, so. But I'm really just trying to bring my back and my chest up, you know, because they're behind.
Right on, brother. New year, man.
Yes, sir. Ugh. Ugh. I don't know if I caught any of that. But yeah, he's messed up. I feel bad for him too. Cause like all he wants to do basically is lift, and he just can't even do that no more.
It's hard, I know.
Alright, last set of this. I'm gonna be honest with you, ladies and germs. I'm sleepy. There you go. See you, man. 3 sets of 12 on wide grip pull downs. Hang on a second. Okay, now I think we're good. Pardon. Say bless you. Alright, so, I see a lot of people use straps and they do this on my Instagram and stuff, but I haven't done that before. So this should be interesting, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, I have a measly 125 on here because it's a wide grip holder, so I don't want it to be super heavy. And 100 should be plenty. Oh my gosh, that hurts my lats. Alright, I must be sounding like a mess here, because I'm sneezing. My sinuses are supremely angry at me. On the bright side, like, I don't have a headache or anything yet, so, or I shouldn't say yet, I don't have a headache or anything, so hopefully it's nothing major. And it's not lack of sleep for once. You know, I've been sleeping pretty good these last few nights. So I think I'm just, got a little bug. Anyway. Oh, mercy. Alright, let's wrap this up. This set, we still have one or two more things after this. There's face pulls and then preachers and forearms. So, I think for the preachers and forearms, I'm just going to do some pump work. I don't need to be moving massive weight. So, especially because I feel terrible. Here we go. Oh. Alright, that's all I'm going to get out of that. So, face pulls and 3 sets of 12. Interesting phenomenon here. I'm listening to them talk, so the Colts game is on the radio, like I said earlier. And like, it's funny because of a mental image that I can see the exact play-by-play. And I don't even watch football. It's like kind of there's some crap on my lens. Hang on a second. But it's interesting, you know, like what you can visualize in your mind's eye or whatever. There we go. Some dog fur on there. Wonder how that's been messing my stuff up. But anyway, let's hit this. Yes, sir. May have to take that weight down. That's what I did last week, but not feeling 100% today. Alright. I know I said I was just going to do some pump work, but I'm not sure mentally I can handle that, so I've got actually more on here than usual. This is 85. It's only a 4-pound jump, but, you know, still something. Okay, so we hit this. Piece to 12. I am going to superset with forearms, which you won't see, and then we'll get a little pump check or check. I'll pump check in. I feel like trash, boys. Goodness. Okay. Here we go again. Like basically zero rest. Here we go again. Oh, my wrists aren't loving this. Pardon here. Oh. You know, I'm not feeling 100%, but I still got out here. Still got the lift in, okay? And that, I probably had something better to say, but I can't think of it. That's what matters, I guess. I don't know. Okay, here we go. Lovely. Holy man. Okay. Alright, here's the last set. Who knows how it'll go. It's gonna be a struggle. Each rep is gonna be a grind, I think. I'm gonna jump the seat up one notch. It's a little low. Nope, I was wrong. It's a little high. Okay, so we're gonna jump it down one notch. Beautiful. Okay. Well, no, it's too low. Anyway. Oh, I feel terrible. Here we go. Oh. Yeah. Oh. That's all. That's it. Goodness. Oh. Okay, so little pump check. My back is kind of reduced and still pretty pumped though. Arms, on the other hand, pretty freaking fantastic. Goodness, okay. Well, despite as awful as I'm feeling, a pretty decent pump today, so, hey, you know what? It's not all bad. I'm gonna get some food, some vitamin C, some zinc, and just take it easy for the rest of the day. Get some sleep, because I feel like ass. Anyway, cheers, y'all. It's Silverback.